Trendline trading. What is it? And what's it all about? And it's very, very, very similar to the support and resistance that we always use, that exciting support and resistance that we always use. But the amazing thing about trendline trading is it follows trends. You and I both know that the trend is your friend. The trend is always your friend. And if you're trading with trend lines, you're kind of in the trend every single time. But there is a trick to using trend lines, and that's what we're going to talk about today. I'll tell you, in my history, in my early years of trading, one of my favorite systems for trading was actually using trend lines. But the good thing about trend lines is it tends to give confluence to support and resistance, because it sort of fits in perfectly along the way. It is a system that I used to love when I was younger, before all these fancy fandangled things came out and all the computers and all the goodies. You know, we used to trade on paper in the old days. Those were the days. Giving my age away here. Anyway, guys, sorry I didn't put a trade out on the blog on Monday. Yeah, you know, I was busy, had a few things to sort out. Anyway, it's Rob Guilty, it's logical trading. Don't forget, trading is risky. If you don't like risk and you don't like losing money, rather don't trade. While you're here, guys, do me a favor, go check out my blog. 10-15 seconds of your time, nothing more. Visit the secret blog. Free trade on there every day, which I post, totally free. Guys, it's not financial advice, just a trading idea. On the blog as well, you'll see on the left, little PDF, free Forex book, my gift to you, asking nothing for it. But enjoy the trade every day. It's always nice to know what everybody else is doing, isn't it? Now that you've checked out the secret blog, there is a trade there every day, except last Monday. These things happen, you know, throw it out. Anyway, to get on with it, trend line trading, what is it? Before we look at the charts, let's just think about it, okay? If you pick a trend, where are you going to pick up that trend from? What time frame are you going to trade on? So trend lines, you can pick them up from the higher time frames, just like support and resistance if you want to. There's nothing wrong with that. But the big trick to trend lines is how big a trend do you want to trade in. The thing with trend lines is you can go right down to a small little trend, or you can go to a huge, rather lengthy trend over a period of time. And that's the difficulty with trendline trading, is you've got to pick where you're going to trade it and what channel you're going to trade in. Let's go and have a look at the chart, and let's just see how a trend line works. So if you're on the chart, you'll see that you can draw a trend line up on the trend, but every trend line that you draw, just like support and resistance, needs 3 points. Big thing with trend line is you can't really, or you can, but you can't really draw rectangles on a trend line. It's just not going to work, because your trends are much narrower usually. So what I would suggest with your trend lines is you draw your resistance and you draw your support, and what you'll find is the price will rise up to the resistance and then come back to the support and rise up to the resistance and come back to the support and keep on going up. Thing is, at those resistance and support levels, you can actually draw in your support and resistance, not to mention sometimes supply and demand. So that's basically why I stopped even bothering with trend lines. I can see the trend quite clearly, and then I just put my support and resistance in. But if you prefer to simply trade with a trend line system, then you can draw your trend lines in and you can trade within that trend. And it's as simple as buying off the resistance, buying off the support and selling off the resistance. Thing is, depending on how high the time frame is or how large the trend is, will depend on what kind of move you're going to get in that trend at the end of the day. So that's a little bit about it. That's what trend line trading is actually about. But how do you manage your risk? How do you manage your risk if you're doing trend line trading? And that is as simple as doing exactly what you do with support and resistance. So if you want to see how to manage your risk, check out the last video. Until next time, guys, thanks for watching and bye.